En route to clarity. The draw out. Me, myself, Agent X. Agent hasn't got a trim, very tired X in the place. Yeah, I've got a guest with me today. Good friend of mine. Known him a long time. Do you know what I mean? I'll let him introduce himself. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, make some noise, man. Make some noise. We're in the place, man. We're in the place. We're in the building. We're in the building. Come on. Yeah, I know I said I'm tired, but don't come with the low energy stuff.
No.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, usually it was when lockdown trims go wrong. But this week, we got the Cat Weasel. Yeah, what do you know about Cat Weasel? Yeah, we're in the building. Yeah, we're in the building. Cat Weasel thing. Yeah, don't say nothing. No trim. Yeah.
All of that. Man, looks alright though, man.
Yeah. What do you mean it's alright? You
look like you combed it.
Don't say nothing, Jay, because I'm trying to do you right now. You lucky. You always behind the camera. I'm doing Jay. This is my version of Jay right now. Do you know what I'm saying? He's my idol. I'm living my best life.
Look at that video look.
You're lucky,
Yeah. I'm going for the J look. The designer stubble.
You still got hair.
No, I'm going for the Armani stubble. Everything. I'm going for the whole J look today. Yeah. But yeah, man, Martz. My guess. What's happening?
Nothing, man. Just happy to be here after all this time.
Yeah.
We spoke about it a lot of times, don't we, about podcasts and more so you being on camera, really, because I think you got so much to say, so much to offer. So
definitely, I agree.
No,
Really.
whatever. Don't.
No. I'm not even gassing.
No.
You know me. It's the real. I'm not gassing. We spoke.
I'm talking about him.
We've spoken for 2-3 years about this kind of scenario.
Yeah, we definitely
and like I said, out of a lot of people I know, you are one of the people that inspire me as well all the time, kind of challenge me and challenge my thought process. Mm-hmm. So to be invited and to come up here, I'm kind of honoured still. Respect for that. And but obviously we've spoken longer than that because we've known each other all of our lives. But in this forum, I'm kind of honoured and pleased to be invited on your platform, and I'm kind of proud as well that you're doing it now, because some of what you say and some of your viewpoints and some of your theories, it needs to be heard further than just on WhatsApp groups, because you got a lot to offer and a lot of what people need to hear. And it's the realness. I'm not. I just talk as it is.
Thanks, bro. I don't. Obviously, as you know, I'm just talking in it. I don't really think beyond what I'm saying in that sense. Do you get what I mean? But I just have my opinion. Do you get what I mean? So yeah.
A lot of it's valid.
But I just more want to be the facilitator for the discourse, if that makes sense, more so than my opinions. If you get what I mean. But anyway, that's another story. We're not gonna go too far into that. We're gonna go too far into that one because, like I said, we're gonna go straight to the thing. And the question today is family anymore? That's my question today.
Difficult one.
Yeah.
How would you say that?
Whoa. Don't even say nothing. I just want to just take a moment of time to just let that digest. Do you know what I mean?
Marinate.
Because what we do is we're very reactionary. So we just want to say things about it, but just actually think about that for a second. When I say is family anymore, I mean, I don't mean romanticize about when you was a child and blah blah. I just mean generally the structure and the relationships. Think about your family right now, as I said, that your actual family, your family, and then think about how close or how distant you are from your family members, or the family members you would consider close, and why. The reason why I ask that question is because all family is important. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But what tends to happen is you tend to hone in and focus on certain family. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For all different types of reasons.
Yeah.
For all different types of reasons. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? But that's what tends to happen. And in doing that, you tend to fracture your family. So you almost turn into splinter cells within the family. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I mean? So that's why I asked the question, because before, what you would have found is that there was all of the same kind of things existed, but the fractures wasn't as apparent.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, definitely.
So all of the same kind of arguments and problems existed within the families, but they wouldn't just split up or run away from each other or just. Do you understand what I mean? Like you see that with relationships generally. Sorry to cut you, but you see that with relationships generally, like men and women. I mean, now you see people are very quick to just be like, oh, you know what, this isn't working for me. Like, forget this kind of thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
2 kids in, married, whatever. I was getting divorced. This isn't working for me.
Yeah.
I'll go and try my luck over here, kind of thing. Whereas you would have found before, for many different reasons, people would have stayed together. So I'm just saying, like, the whole structure of what it means to be family and to stay together and close
and have a unit.
Are we too quick to throw away our family these days? Maybe might be a better question then.
You know what's crazy? I feel like you must have got that observation from seeing a different style. You know, like family living different. You can remember family being family.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
and I mean that generally.
Yeah,
black, white,
Yeah.
across the board.
And then,
everybody, any culturally, just everything. I'm just saying, like,
I don't think we live as family as we used to.
do you think it comes down to poverty? Like, does poverty make family stronger?
you can do.
Yeah, you can.
You can do.
Because I
You
feel
can
like
do.
the times that we were stronger, we kind of needed each other. And we didn't have as much.
That's a good point. But I also, I mean, no, that's actually a very good point.
That's a good point.
That's a very good point. The only thing I could add on to that is that even in some places where there is relative poverty, the family structure, I mean, can we argue that it's still the same as it was before? Like, I mean, if we go back, like, say, 20 years, 30 years, can we argue like it hasn't changed? I would argue I would argue it has.
It's changed. I think, talking from our perspective, of our community and what we knew, our parents, grandparents came together, and because of what this gentleman's saying, the need to be together was that there was family. So one person bought a house, and then someone comes from Jamaica, and that other one, someone else came, and or whichever part of the Caribbean. So there was that need to. There was only one place to be. Like, you remember when we were growing up, everyone went to their grandma's on a Sunday, and there was
sorry to cut you. Everyone goes to grandma's. Okay. So we're talking about a time when there was grandma's.
Grandma's in the club now.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. No. But I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. So you're proving my point. That's why I stopped you, because grandma, everybody would be at grandma's. Where's grandma now?
Well, the grandmas,
See what I mean?
the grandmas now, my grandmas, obviously they're still around, but like you said, everybody's kind of, I don't know, everyone's kind of got...
That's where the grandmas are, let's be honest. Like,
No.
Let
me... So, okay, so even the grandmas that are around now, is everybody going to their house?
No.
Is her house the hub where
The focal
everybody
point.
go?
No.
Is it that?
No,
it isn't. No, it isn't.
Deal with that.
Well, that's one part of
Well,
it.
maybe-
That's one part of it. She wouldn't deal with that. That's one part of it, because she doesn't want a whole heap of people in her business and up in her house and blah, 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 and, having them bag of kids bangarang and running up and down in my stairs. Do you know what I'm saying? So the attitude, see, we've already touched on one thing already. The attitude towards the whole family thing is different. That's my point. Do you understand? Do you get it? So, sorry.
Like I was saying, coming back from when we grew up, that's how we knew it. Sundays or Christmases, and we all had a hub to go to.
Exactly. Whereas now we still do, but it would only be for probably 2 occasions a year. Probably Christmas, if you do Christmas, and maybe Easter, or I don't know, maybe one other. Yeah, I was gonna say a birthday,
Mother's
whatever,
Day, or so forth.
whatever.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like last year brought that a bit of family energy back, since that no one had nowhere else to go?
I don't.
because I felt like there was a few things that happened that gave me a few nostalgic moments last year. That was like, right, this was like the 90s. Just because there was no other choice. Even like in the park, when like we was talking about when there was events going on in the park, and everyone was just, we didn't do those things naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we grew up doing those things.
That's my whole point. And that's what I'm
We
saying.
grew up going to the park and organising sports days and fun
Yeah.
days and coach trips.
You understand?
And this is my point.
As families and your aunties.
Okay, well look at it like this. Look at it like this. I go to another. I'm just going to digress. You look at things like knife crime. Okay, now a lot of the children are our children, meaning as in like they should know each other at some point somewhere, whether it be I don't know, football, whether it be from clubs, youth clubs, or partying or what. They should know each other down the line somewhere.
Do you know the thing as well? And
at some stage.
Yeah.
And I always say,
Do you get what I mean?
100%.
touching on the knife crime and what goes on in the communities at some point in times, I always say to myself, who's the parents of these children? Like, who are they? Who's their grandma? Who's their cousins? Who's their mum? Because there seems to be like a number of young people getting involved in stuff, and nobody's claiming them who they are.
Right.
Whereas I knew your mum.
Mm-hmm.
You know members of my family. But like, even with it, so I don't even think there seems to be like the older generation or this seems like there's a disconnect now between family and people knowing each other's family. Remember you said to me at one time that, and it kind of touched on me as well, there's even cousins or family that I don't even know. Cousins and family that I don't even check for.
Yeah.
Because then family parties don't happen again.
Yeah.
And even separate from the family parties, just basically that's what I mean. Making relationships count. Like, do your relationships count?
Yeah.
Like, you know your cousin. Do you talk to him? Do you phone him? Yeah, they got 2 kids. Do you see them? Do you even go to their house? Why don't you go to their house?
Do people call each other cousin like we used to do back in the day as well?
No, I'm talking about real cousins.
But that's what I'm but okay. Listen, forget about real or fake. What I'm saying to you is that you grow up with people who are very, very close to you.
Yeah.
So whether you call them family or you don't call them family, the point is they're very close to you.
They're like family.
They're close to you. They are the closest people to you.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So what I'm saying is if you go, months and months and months and months and months without speaking to these people, without communicating to these with these people, and then you see them as a token gesture once a year, what does it really mean? Is what I'm saying to you.
Or sometimes you might see them at a funeral or something.
Basically, what I'm saying to you is, have you turned into that uncle that used to see you and say, "Hey, so what are you doing at school?"
Yeah. How old are you now?
Are you that guy?
Yeah, that's
is what I'm saying.
I think as well social media has played a big part of that, because people now, they send a text and you think you're in communication.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
And they make you feel like you're in communication just because you've got them on Facebook or you got them on
WhatsApp, or you've sent a little message,
or
you've liked their little status.
A perfect example of that is, like you said, you'll be sending people, the funny video that's going around, and you'll repost it, and you'll send it to them, and they'll send you their version of their funny video, whatever. But after a while, you'll realize you don't have any real communication. No communication. All you're really saying is, yeah, what's happening? They're saying the tokens, yeah, cool, man. What's happening on your end, kind of thing, and then you're like, yeah, I'm cool, man.
Same old thing.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, as kids, yeah, kids cool. Yeah, everybody cool. Yeah, we're cool. Yeah. What you saying? Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, you cool. Yeah, I'm cool. It's like it's just token gestures, isn't it? And then you actually feel like you know something about what's going on with them. So when you see somebody, the first thing they say is like, yeah, what's happening with your brother, or what's happening with your cousin, and you'll be like, yeah, man, they're cool, man.
Definitely.
These times you don't know what's going on with them.
These times they might never cool.
No, they're never cool.
Yeah.
They're never ever cool, but you're always going to tell people you're cool.
Yeah.
That's the point. Do you get what I mean? So again, that text message, WhatsApping, rah, that's why I had to start phoning people.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I had to actually start phoning people and hearing your voice.
Aye.
Old school J.
The voice notes.
When's the last time you got a voicemail?
I get those. Me and him sometimes have some long voice note conversations.
Not even voice note. That's what I said. Voicemail.
No, he's never voicemailed me still. But we do have some long voice note conversations.
All right. Seriously, fun and joke aside, yeah. That sounds weird, but listen, it was a crazy day. I got through to a voicemail, so I left a message.
In 2021.
I left a message. Yeah, so that's the point. Yeah, ha ha he he. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like that's an in-house joke. But anyway, yeah, whatever. That's fun. That's funny. People leaving voicemails on people's voicemail. Yeah.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can't do that in 2021. Apparently. Yeah. That's like classic, as I like to call it, but old school, as some other people like to say. But yeah, whatever.
I'm waiting for the woman to say, leave a message after the beep.
You lot got me looking crazy. I thought the beard and the trim was bad enough, but you lot got me looking crazy out here.
Voicemail thing.
All right, back to the point. What was he saying?
I'm saying social media has stopped people communicating properly.
Definitely.
So you were saying that now you actually phone people to kind of
I had to
get the tone and get a real
conversation
going.
It's the only way I'm gonna know is hearing your voice and looking in your eyes. It's the only way I'm gonna know if you're alright.
It's true.
Because even if you see, the difference is if I hear your voice, I know if you're not alright or you're alright.
Yeah.
I even know if you're trying to pick yourself up to sound alright, which in itself is a concern.
Yeah.
But if we're texting, I don't get none of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just get.
And then if I come and see you, again, if you pick yourself up and tell me you're alright and look in my eyes and blah blah blah, I can look in your eyes and see you're not alright.
You're not alright, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I might not even say nothing to you, but at least I now know that you're not alright, whereas I wouldn't have known that before if I didn't come and see you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So like I was saying, with social media, before social media, you might actually just check somebody, knock their door, or like you said, make that call and make that personal connection. So that's what's also made family this kind of this. What's the word I'm looking for?
I just think relationships are disposable generally these days.
Yeah.
That's my point, isn't it? Like, relationships are disposable, and it's even crept into like families. That's what I mean. So you end up having splinter cells because of stupid bickering and arguments or personal dislikes, or do you understand what I mean?
But that comes down to communication as well, being able to communicate.
No, it doesn't. Sometimes. So. No, sometimes.
You'll forgive your friends sometimes quicker than your family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you see it all the time.
But only because you expect certain things from your family.
No, you just take them.
How many people have you seen been dashed out of a family for real stupid stuff?
Yeah.
I see a woman, I'm not going to mention her names, but I see a woman throw her 15-year-old son out of the house for smoking cigarettes. But her partner smokes weed. In her house.
That's a different... I don't know.
No, but I'm just saying.
No, it's a realness.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm giving you examples. So I'm just showing you how crazy it is.
Yeah.
How people would treat their family.
Yeah.
Because you would think your son, you'd have compassion for him.
Yeah.
Especially as you can't have that much of a problem with smoking because you have a smoker in your house.
Yeah.
But you have such a problem with him smoking cigarettes, I might add, and he didn't smoke them in your house. So he knew enough to know to not smoke them in your house.
There must have been some underlying thing as well, but there must have had some kind of
but you see
different.
all the time, even when women let men in and they let this man that's come into their house disrespect their child, or vice versa, men will let a woman disrespect their child when they're over, or have no regard for them. So even in that circumstance, the fact that you're letting someone from an outside disrespect your child, that's like a blatant example of putting your family last.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, because you got the family thing and you feel like you can trust them and they got you. It's like the more someone's got you, the more you put them to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when your friends depend on which peer group you want to be in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you kind of work towards keeping friends in these circles, so you can make sure that you're within that circle of things, or that criteria of life, whether it's music, whether it's being a goth, or whether it's being a, you know what I mean, like a vegan.
Yeah.
And I find, sorry to cut you, but I find the family circle's got a lot smaller now as well. So it's like the wider family doesn't exist anymore. It's like we said, like cousins and that doesn't exist no more.
Yeah.
I deal with my brothers and my mum.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or I deal with my, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it literally like,
Your kids.
do you know what I mean? It's like literally like, it's the immediate family and no one else. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm finding more and more these days.
I think I'm lucky though. I still kind of deal with my cousins.
So do I.
A lot in terms of, I see them as often as possible. If the things going on, we kind of still get together and stuff. And but like I know what you're saying, everybody kind of deals with like mum, dad, brothers, sisters, immediates on a day to day, and everyone's got their own splinter cells, and then we might get together for one occasion, but we're not as in each other's pockets as we used to be. And like you said, with the cousins and extended family, we used to see them more.
But isn't that what a community is, though?
Yeah.
Isn't that what makes a community? This community that we always talk about.
Yeah.
When people say the community, the black community, or this community or that community, your families make up those communities.
Yeah.
So if the families are disjointed, or not disjointed, that's the wrong word, but you know what I mean. If the families are not connected, then
the community's not connected. You're right. I still like.
So how do you know?
Going back to like you said,
how do you know when you go in a club, you're not dancing with or chatting up your cousin or your sister? If you don't know your family, if you don't know, then how do you know?
And you'll be more attracted to them because of your, you know, like your blood and all of that. Like you would.
Well, I don't know about all of that. That's
No,
something else.
I read some story about some woman that gave up her son.
Okay.
Yeah, at birth, and then she ended up linking her son. And then there's some scientific.
Where did you get that from?
This was some story that and then the scientific proof behind it was that they was attracted to each other because that's his mum.
Okay, right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same with brother and sister, but obviously there's been cases where brothers and sisters that didn't know each other have done that.
Yeah, I can say if you don't know.
And then it's why was they attracted? So there might be a science behind it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why out of everyone in the club or whatever, they decided to chat to each other and their brother and sister.
Yeah, I just think it's very important for people to know their family.
No, 100%.
You see what I mean?
Do you feel like the integrating of cultures has broken down families? Because if I was another colour and I said that, it'd sound racist, but if we discuss it as black men, I don't think it would sound.
I don't think. Yes, maybe there's obviously. There's obviously going to be the instances where that may be the case, but if we're generalising, I don't think so. I don't think. I don't think that's been the main. I don't think that's been the main issue.
But if we go back to when we was younger, everyone was kind of like in the initial stage. Like obviously our parents started mingling, innit, as well. But the initial stage, our grandparents came from the same place. Should we say, yeah? So they already had that same place thing, and the people that used to be our extended family was people from the same country. Do you know what I mean? So if it's Jamaica, Kenya, or Dominica, or whatever, these people, your network would be around that. And you would have kind of parties that was based around your culture and the people from your part of that place as well. Do you know what I mean? It'd be quite specific to where, you know what I mean? These people are from our village or our town or our whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then so that common ground was where the parties were based around. And again, we was early. So again, our grandparents came here when they were the only black people for wherever they was from. So whether they was from Africa or the Caribbean, our granddads were still virgins. And they were still functioning because they needed each other. Again, it goes back to the need of each other.
Work, but that's like work, accommodation,
you know,
knowing how to maybe save a little bit of money or those things that you need to function was only done within your community. So that created a community, and then your cousin would come, and then my mum might know your mum, and then get her a job, and
you know. So
kind of straight away, me and you would then become friends because we grew up in the same house. Or my mum might have been a childminder and looked after you. And
have we become English?
In what sense? What do you mean?
In terms of that, when we was younger, we used to look at English people was kind of known for putting their family in homes, and they're not being close with their cousins. Don't really have these kind of parties. They didn't really do it like us. Whereas like maybe sometimes I think I see them doing it more like how we used to now.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
be honest, but they didn't really used to do that when we was younger. But now they're a bit
I
more.
don't know, because
I wouldn't say that. I was gonna say I wouldn't say that.
Irish people,
Irish is different.
they still have that.
No. But yeah. Well, obviously Irish is different. That's why it's Irish. But what I'm saying is when we're generalising, I'm talking across the board.
Yeah.
So that everybody's always had families with close extended family as well.
Yeah.
Everybody's always had that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is over a period of time, families are not family doesn't really mean what it meant before. That's the point. There is no need for the extended family anymore.
Yeah.
Just like a woman would argue in certain types of relationships, and I don't mean even abusive, so let's not go to extremes, I just mean generally like where she's not happy with how the relationship is going, would argue that she can just leave. Why would I stay in something? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, things are disposable now. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Relationships are disposable now. It's not something that, even if you have certain amounts of like financial ties or, do you know what I mean? Emotional ties, i.e. kids or whatever. People are still leaving. People are still choosing to leave. Still choosing to detach themselves from that situation for whatever happiness or whatever it is.
Definitely.
So what I'm saying is, when you're seeing that generally, then you'll see that with everything. People disconnect themselves from even their family.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, well, you're moving like this. No, I don't want them around here, man. They get on my nerves,
You
man.
feel
They
like
just
it's
blah, blah, blah. No.
comfort, though.
No, this is what I just said. I don't want to see them around here. They get on my nerves. We've all probably heard that from a family member or two.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that's about another family member.
Or they're too noisy, or
Whatever they did. That's what I
they
said.
come with a bag of kids and they eat too much
Personal
food.
dislikes. Your personal dislikes. Your personal
They
dislikes.
drink too much drink.
People will drop out their family for their own personal dislikes.
Very true.
That's what I'm saying to you.
But you
And
feel like
distance
it's because
themselves
of the
from them.
space too. You know, like I'm saying, as whereas when we was back in the day, even though we saw the arguments, they were still happening, but we still come back on the Sunday for food.
I just think that, like I say,
How did we all stop that? Like all of us, like, you know, like, because we all come from different places, but we was all doing that. And then how did we progressively all manage to not be doing that now? Because that's
point.
well, there's a certain amount of social engineering that obviously happened. Do you get what I mean? Obviously, social media and all these things.
Definitely,
Do you get what I mean?
definitely.
So, like we said before, you are more and more detached from even the people in your own house, much less the wider family members and whatever. So again, like I say, it's like the world's shrinking, for want of a better word.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Definitely.
So it's like your tentacles don't reach out as far, or they don't need to anymore.
Yeah.
So you almost have no need for that. Do
Very
you get what I mean?
Very true. And do people have as many kids
No, they don't have as many. Well,
as grandma and granddad?
okay. Well, let's look at it like this. I'm not sure if you could really say grandmas are dying at a younger age.
Oh.
I'm not sure you could really say that. But I would imagine that depending on where you are in the world,
Yeah, it's still happening the same certain places.
do you see what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Do
Certain
you get what I
places
mean?
Still following those cultures,
Of course.
definitely.
So,
Then we go back to social media,
Mm.
and we see about why the grandmas ain't grandmas anymore.
Well, yeah, well,
Because a grandma will be flyer than a granddaughter these days. Not flyer, but if you know what I'm saying.
no,
the
yeah,
peop-
you was right the first time.
the people that obviously, like, how I know my grandma to be
Mhm.
when I came with my grandparents. Some of my friends or some of the people that I know are now grandparents. And they're not the same.
No.
It's not.
They're not the same grandparents
It's not.
as the granny I knew. I could go around and get hard bread and 2 bits of chicken.
Do you understand? And a hug.
No,
And a hug.
You know what I mean?
No.
And a nice hug.
That's not. It's not. You know what?
Nice one.
It's just different. It's different. It's different. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's a different thing.
You lot just coming around now, innit? Just coming around now. It's alright. It's alright. Don't worry. I'm here all week.
Yeah, it's kind
I'm here
of.
all week, man.
It took us to the
Because you don't want me to be the bad guy. I'm not always gonna be the bad guy, bro. I just put it out there.
Yeah.
I'm asking the question, isn't it? Is family family? Do you know what I mean?
Because even when you think of,
Formation that
even if
place.
you think of growing up, what grandmas, uncles,
Is Granny coming in here now asking for a sheet of Rizla, 2 drawer, and telling you about? Did you see that thing on Instagram? Is that Granny now?
Yeah, it's.
yeah, you could be bucking up granny in a dance.
See what I'm saying to you?
It's kinda-
So what I'm saying to you is, if that is
bad.
Granny, then everything goes down the line, isn't it? Because then you're talking about, if that's Granny, then that kid's probably what, 21 max.
22.
No, he's probably about 21. He's got a kid himself.
Yeah.
He's got a baby mother. No, I'm
But
joking.
even-
I don't want to stereotype.
even
But
when you're
seriously,
60 these
seriously.
days, like, again, I think it's that chasing youth thing. Because even when you're 60 odd, and like even people more try to profile, like as young as they can profile, is the aim these days.
Basically, yeah.
You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
Granny was by 50 even.
Mm.
Granny was taking us to church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Granny
Well,
was
who goes to church anyway?
cooking. You know, even
Who
if we
goes
didn't
to
want to
church?
go.
Who
you
goes,
know,
no, but who goes to church though? That's the, and this is what I'm trying to say. So, again, like I said, Granny's younger.
Yeah.
But are they?
No. I'm talking about we're generalizing now.
Yeah.
Okay, and the reason why we have to generalize is because I can't look at my granny and say blah blah blah, because that's not really fair. We're looking at family generally across the board, and
Yeah.
like, for example, like most, if you're an 18-year-old right now, I don't think your nan is over 65.
No.
I get what you mean.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
She might be.
Mm.
She might be. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. We generalize it now, but I would say she's probably anywhere from
50.
44. I'd say she's anywhere from 44 to 60.
Yeah.
If you're 18 right now, your gran, yeah, is probably around 60.
Is it 18, 36? Then
18, your parents probably about 44, 40, 44, give or take.
Yeah.
Your dad or your mum's
Late-
probably
late
about 40,
30s,
44,
late
late
30s,
30s,
yeah.
give or take. And your nan's probably about 60,
Yeah. That's right.
65.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're an 18-year-old right now, your nan's probably about 60, 65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so 60, 65-year-old nans, is their house the hub where everybody's going around for Sunday dinner?
Yeah, I think though, I think we're talking about the 44-year-old nans, 45-year-old nans who got, they don't, I don't think they're the same. nan.
So you're getting real specific. So
Yeah,
so-
you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what's
So
crazy?
let-
Is the great grandmother still doing works? Like they're still looking after kids, and you know.
Oh
like this-
no! You see, the civilians, we got a lot of time for the civilians, the solid citizens.
Yeah, man.
They do a lot of good work, man. Let's just big up the big
Yeah,
people,
big up the big
the real big people out here doing the
Yeah.
solid work.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
They are
Yeah.
glue.
No, they're too solid, man. They just do what they do, man. They don't complain. Do you know what I mean? They don't ask for no pats on the back. They just keep going
Just
and keep going and keep going.
generation after
They're-
generation.
in fact, they're so sick that the only time they'll stop is when they stop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If they ever slow down, that's when they usually stop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But outside of that, they just keep going and keep going, and I don't know how they do it,
It's
but
amazing, man.
to be totally honest.
Different spirit.
But like I say, nobody cares about that anymore. So again, like I say, most people are kind of doing what they're doing. So it's not even like to say the children don't care about that stuff. The adults don't care about that stuff.
Mm.
Do you see what I mean? So you know how people say, oh, well, you know, she's 18 now, she doesn't care about all of that. You know, you can't just force her to go to... That's all rubbish. Do you know what I mean? You know, kids care about whatever you place importance on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And the adults don't place importance on it because they don't want to do it themselves. Too busy working or paying the bills or whatever. And again, like we were saying, they ain't got much time for
The family unit.
and extending the olive branch, for want of a better word. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
How many times you get invited round, or in fact, you hear people got married and you didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And that's normal. And then people will say, "Oh, you know what? We didn't know." You know, heads at the table. We couldn't invite too many people. All sorts. You hear all sorts of things. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's your family. That's direct. That's your family. Do you get what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's difficult, fam. Families have it's changed a lot.
Even when it comes to friends as well, that's like, do you feel like with family and friends there was a level of competition that kicked in that separated everyone?
There's always
Elaborate, explain
certain,
it.
a certain level of sibling rivalry always exists anyway. So
Yeah,
the competition's
even
always there.
Yeah.
Competition's always there.
It's always been there, but to
Yeah,
a certain
yeah,
degree,
yeah.
I feel like again, you know.
I mean, but sorry, okay, but
No,
with the competition, I just think that some people, it means more to them than other people.
definitely.
Do you get what I mean? So the competition's always there. Whether you choose to partake in it or not is
Or
another
you're
question.
Still part of it,
But
even if it's not you.
Even if you right,
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying, because somebody might be competing with you,
With you, yeah.
unbeknownst to yourself, and you don't care.
Yeah,
Do you get what I
of
mean?
course.
But they're still competing with you,
Yeah.
regardless of whether you're interacting or not.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? So it's mad. So that always
So
exists.
you get what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
That's
definitely
what,
get
that's
what
what I meant. He elaborated anyway. Like, yeah.
And the thing about that is that that's what was my point, is that people's personal likes and dislikes, and then certain things that people will do, like for example, like you said, the competition thing and whatever, means that we get these splinter cells within a family.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And then that's the start of it all. That's how
It
family
is,
starts to
yeah.
break away, and people start to. Do you get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's like you're there with, say for example, you've got two brothers and a sister and your mum. God forbid your mum passes away. Now it's all about relationships.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you understand what I mean?
Because when grandma goes and granddad's go, like. When
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, serious.
Now it's all about relationships. Now you can all drift away as siblings.
100%.
Yeah? You'll come together at a certain point, but you'll all drift away as siblings.
Yeah.
But your children, on the other hand, you might have 3 out of, say, between the 4 of you, what did I say, 2 brothers? Yeah, 4 of you. Between the 4 of you, let's say you've got 8 children. There might be 3 of those 8 children that actually stay in contact
Yeah.
and have any form of relationship or bond.
Mm.
But that's weird because you've got 8 children and there's 4 of you. But because your relationship isn't tight,
Theirs isn't either.
do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what happens down the line.
No,
Do
true.
you see what I mean?
Mm.
And it's all due to, like I said, squabbles and little arguments. And the amount of people that I know or I can remember who didn't like family members, but that didn't stop them being around them or helping them with their business or... Do you understand what I mean?
Mm.
Like, so it's,
liking and loving is different things. You know
it's
what
2
I'm saying?
different things.
2 different things.
So I don't need to like him
No.
or her.
No.
Do you see what I mean? But that's
Family.
my family. Do
Yeah.
you get what I mean? That's my brother or that's my sister. Do you get what I mean?
Serious
You know,
things.
that's my cousin. Do you get what I mean? You know? Now, guys are like, yeah, he's my cousin, but he's the ops.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
For years.
Or you
Yeah, he's my cousin, but...
Or you hear you go into it could be a family function or funeral, and you see family members. I don't want to see that person.
Yeah,
Like what?
yeah, make sure he's not here.
I don't want to see him.
Yeah, make sure he's not here.
Or if someone comes in and then they leave because
Yeah, my man's here now.
it's like
Yeah, my man's here now.
Or there's that little kiss of teeth and they walk for the door.
Yeah.
And they walk for the door.
Yeah, yeah. What's he doing here?
What's he doing there? Yeah, so
What?
it's family.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. When the competition comes in, money is a big thing when it comes to family.
And status and who's
Yeah.
done what and
Sometimes whether you're the one making the money, sometimes you lend someone a tenner and then they're... You know what I'm saying? Not that. That's
think-
what my
I think-
situation is. But
I think-
you understand what I mean.
I think it depends as well with the whole, because sometimes money is not the issue.
No, I'm
You get
not
me?
saying it all the time.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is like, sometimes, like for example, you could be the cash cow,
Yeah.
but the issue isn't that.
No.
Do you get what I mean?
No, definitely.
You know, sometimes,
But your issue isn't that. That's
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
competing thing. Like you don't even know.
yeah, this is what I'm
They
saying.
might not even know if you're broke at times. They just got a perception.
Well, half the time it is perception though. Half the time it is perception because again, like I say, okay, another example. we don't talk to each other, we talk about each other.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So no one's going to come to you and say, do you know what? You said this, or I didn't like it, or what did you mean by that? Because that actually, I don't like the way you, whatever. No, that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to leave. They're going to say that to their missus. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. They're going to take it totally out of context. So basically what I'm saying is something that could have been a 3-minute conversation between family, and it would have been done, now becomes some big thing. So basically, the next time you see them, his missus is acting funny towards you. You don't know why, but you catch it straight away. But you're like, what's going on? But you're like, anyway, that's my cousin's missus or my brother's missus, so don't really matter anyway. Because do you know what I mean? But then obviously you're dealing with your brother or cousin or sister or whoever, and you're realizing like, do you get what I mean? All over
nothing.
Exactly. But again, like I said, even a perfect example. How many times have you had somebody tell you so much negative about their partner or their whatever that by the time you meet this person or by the time you're around them, you just don't like them?
Before you even get to make your own judgment.
You know nothing about them because they haven't told you any of the good. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that said, what I'm trying to say is, usually with family, you find that there's certain narratives attached to certain family members.
Yeah,
and I don't like
100%.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I hate that shit.
Yeah. So basically, you're almost told to dislike somebody before you meet them.
Yes.
Subconsciously.
No, it's not subconscious. It's direct. It's direct. It's direct.
Yeah, and even if you,
I mean, subconsciously now you don't like that person off the back of.
No, it's direct. You don't like them
Yeah,
because they've been told to.
You're told to.
Let me give you an example. Yeah, we've all got that one uncle that everybody see. Man, start laughing straight away. We've all got that one uncle that everyone says, "Oh, he's murder, or he's this, that, blah blah," or keep him away from the drink, or blah blah blah. We've all got that uncle.
Yeah.
So imagine I've come to meet you. I don't know nobody from anywhere, and before I've even met this guy, bruv, you're telling me, yeah, my uncle's gonna be there, man. Like, yeah, man, he's
drinking.
But by the time I meet him, bruv, I'm already thinking. By the time he walks up to me and says, "Hi, my name's Gary," I'm thinking, "Oh my god, there we go." Exactly. And I don't even know the guy, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that's family.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we can. There's people who joke about things like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so you have certain family members, that's just like a joke. Do you get what I mean? That's just a joke. You'd say that in front of him.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And that's just like a joke. Do you get what I mean?
You're drinking more rum again?
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean the more sinister side of it. Like, as in, like, they're literally talking behind his backside of it. Do you get what I mean? That kind of thing. Because that's, like I say, I'm not even saying this is what I see. I'm saying I'm just looking at how I'm seeing families breaking down from all angles. Like I said, even down to, like, for example, I'm not, again, going to allude to any people directly, but I'm thinking of a certain family now in my mind. They're I don't know what you call it, the Middle Eastern, for example. Now, this family, they have a massive family, but there's 2 sons who only deal with each other's family. They don't deal with anybody else.
Why? Fallout.
Family fallout, see what I mean? And an argument that they have nothing to do with. Does that make sense? So it's their parents' argument.
Yeah.
But off the back of that, they're not talking to the rest of their family.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
They've taken on the argument.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're riding with their parents. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So my point is, like I said, how many times or how many people do you know that are in that exact situation who have cut off their family because their mum don't talk to their family?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Happens a lot, to be fair.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Happens a lot. I don't know. Families are difficult because even though you're all kind of related by blood or distance, or people are still people, and people still have emotions, and people still deal with things differently, and people can't. And bottom line, people don't communicate anymore like you said as family properly. So I could be your brother. You might say something to me at a party that I don't do like. And then rather than, like you said, me say to you, I don't really like that. I hold it in. You might say another thing to me. You might say another thing. Before you know it, we're not speaking.
Yeah.
And then, or then I might speak to someone else in the family. Says, well, I don't like the way my man's carrying on, you know. And he said that to me as well, you know. I'm not too good anymore. Invite you around. I can't make it. You know what I'm saying? Can't make it at Christmas. Oh, as a kid, not too bad, but I can't make it. And before you know it.
Yeah. It's
Just
for
like
me.
that.
For me, that's all too simple. But listen, what I'm gonna say is, with the whole family thing, for me personally, myself, I just think people need to reach out a lot more,
Definitely.
get a bit closer, in any which way you can, and don't hold grudges.
No.
Don't hold grudges. Do you see what I mean? Don't distance yourself from your family. Do you know what I mean?
No, you shouldn't.
I wouldn't say bury the hatchet, but at least try and build bridges.
Yeah,
You
of
see what I
course.
mean? Reach out to people, and you'll find that sometimes it's a lot of misunderstanding most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah, it's most of the time.
Most of the time, it's a lot of misunderstandings. A lot of people, like I say, just holding grudges against family members that they, like I said, they've never really spoken to in length about any of the things that really bother them.
And pride and ego.
Yeah,
Pride and
yeah,
ego is it gets
yeah.
into as well. Pride and ego, and I know as people get older, like you can't talk to me like that no more, or you know what I'm saying, or I'm not having that from him, or who's he talking to, and I'm a big man now, or I'm a big woman now. So things that people might have let slide before, they don't let slide anymore, and it's just so families can kind of just become fragmented for a number of reasons.
Yeah, well, on that note, families, Jay, what are you saying?
Yeah, man. No,
We're gonna wrap that.
yeah,
Listen, we out.
we are. It's next one.
Unfollow, dislike, unsubscribe, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Respect, Marks. Thanks for coming in.
We'll be back again soon.
Back.